Sometimes the strangest stories become the most valuable lessons for everyone. This is exactly what happened when a wealthy man, wanting to have a laugh, gave a homeless man an old, sick horse. He did this not out of kindness, but to show off his superiority in front of his friends. In his eyes, it was just a funny gesture, a mockery of someone who had already lost everything. However, the joke backfired in a completely unexpected way. For the homeless man, this gift was not a humiliation. On the contrary, he saw it as a chance. He once knew how to work the land and care for animals, and caring for the horse reawakened a long-forgotten sense of responsibility and purpose within him. He called the horse his friend and took care of it, even though he himself lived on the street and could barely make ends meet. At first, they took shelter in a vacant lot. The man searched for food for the horse and took on any odd job he could find. One woman even allowed him to keep the animal on her property temporarily in exchange for help with chores. Gradually, people around them began to notice his devotion. Some brought feed, others brought old harnesses, and some brought clothes for the horse's owner himself. One day, they were met by a blogger who filmed stories about unusual people. He recorded a short video, telling the story of how a man who had nothing found the strength to care for a living creature. The video spread across the world. Millions of people were touched. Donations started pouring in, along with offers of work and housing. Over time, there were enough funds not only for the man to rent a home but also to open a small shelter for abandoned animals. The horse, which had been considered useless and destined to be put down, became the symbol of this shelter and an internet hero. Its photos were shared across social networks, and it was brought to charity events. Even a children's book appeared, a story told from the horse's perspective, written by its owner. And what about the rich man? He watched everything that was happening and could not believe that his mockery had turned into a symbol of kindness and strength of spirit. His name became associated not with success, but with cruelty and arrogance. His reputation was ruined, business partners refused to cooperate with him, and his apologies sounded hollow and unconvincing. People remembered all too well how he had laughed while handing over his gift. This story reminded everyone of a simple truth: no one is useless. A person's true value lies not in their money, clothes, or status, but in their actions, in the ability to love and care for others, even when you have nothing to eat yourself. Later, the man who received the horse said in an interview, "She saved me more than I saved her. When everyone had turned away, she just looked at me and trusted me. That gave me strength." What began as a cruel joke became a triumph of kindness, willpower, and a second chance.